Hey, what's up, YouTube? How's it going? All right, so this is going to be, I already unboxed the object, but I'm going to go ahead and do a review um, on the iPad Pro 11. This is the version 2 from the 10.5, and I've already, amassed a few videos on the unboxing, and they're not really too exciting, guys. I feel like you guys can go ahead and go to other channels and view some pretty sweet unboxing if you really want to do that. But I've had the iPad for 24 hours, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I think about it and compare it to the iPad 2. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing much editing on this. It's me kind of just, me just talking and going about what I've experienced in the last 24 hours with this iPad Pro 2 11-inch. Right off the bat, it is a lighter iPad. So this is, I'm not sure what the weight is, but I want to say about 10% lighter than the iPad 10.5. In-hand feel, it's really nice. The aluminum here is a little bit more of a square than a chamfer, or I'm not sure if I'm getting that terminology correct, but um, it's a little bit more of a square. This reminds me a little bit more of a Android Galaxy Tab, but the quality of the aluminum is definitely Apple. The camera, from a couple tests that I had done, I'll see if I can fit in some images, but what basically happened was the camera lets off a little bit of a yellow hue compared to the iPad Pro 10.5. I just feel like that's because this is a brand new item, guys. If you guys get this, don't expect this to be necessarily right out of the box this month or next month or even the next few months better than the 10.5. Obviously, they've updated the 10.5 and the software, and this guy is basically new to the school, and so it's going to take him a while to get acclimated, but he does, or she does, have all the brain power and all the speed and athleticism to take out any of the other kids on the playground. So that's my analogy for what the iPad Pro actually, or the iPad Pro 2 11-inch actually is. It's a beast, but it's still not totally well thought out yet. Okay, it's premature, so to speak. I'm not sure when they'll be updating the iOS and making all the games actually work properly. That brings me to my next thing. I opened up PUBG on this thing, and as you can see, facial recognition didn't work that time. It's because I had it upside down. But back to my PUBG story. I played PUBG on this thing, and let me just tell you that it was below a 5. I mean, we're talking pixelation was awful. I couldn't even get into certain aspects of the game past the menu. This screen right here is significantly bigger than the iPad 10.5. I mean, it's hard for you guys to see exactly, but the whole point of this was to have a bigger screen and better screen and faster processor. You're not able to utilize bigger screen. I'll go ahead and show you. Um, if you go ahead and go into PUBG, as you can see here in PUBG, the borders are taking up to the fullest amount that can be possibly attained on the 10.5. It's going to be very, very almost impossible to see, but let's just say that the whole screen, it looks seamless. The mansion in the background looks perfect. All the colors look perfect. And if I go ahead and open up PUBG on the 10.5, first of all, it's not even correctly oriented on the screen, and then it goes to PUBG. I don't have a screen protector on this. It's full of fingerprints. This thing is a fingerprint collector galore. It's just, that's pretty much its best thing. But I would expect PUBG to fix this. As you can see here, the borders were missing about a finger width gap on each side and about a little pinky width gap on the top, making this game pretty much useless. So people that are, making a beeline to purchase this, I'd say hold off. Let's say you're updating and you're just mainly going to be doing it for PUBG and you thought this was going to be the best. I'd say buy the 10.5 and hold off on this for the next year, possibly 6 months. It wouldn't really do you anything to jump on this now. like I have, because this thing isn't necessarily able to be utilized properly right now. Even the port connector down here, there's going to be, I'm a musician, and I'm going to be wanting to utilize certain interfaces here, and I won't be able to do that because this is significantly different than a lot of interfaces that might already be for the 10.5 and be using the Lightning connector for Apple, or which Apple has implemented for the last so many devices. Now switching over to the USB-C, which is technically a lot better, but it's going to be, we'll see what follows and what happens. As far as the button goes, guys, these are just, the same. They're a little bit smaller. They're really nice and crunchy. They have good feel to them compared to the original. Let me see what I got here. Just want to take out the original iPad real quick. Or not the original one, but the 10.5. And so what I'm talking about here is the 10.5. It's got these rounded edges that I actually feel almost feels a little, I don't know, guys. It's definitely, it's hard for me to fully say, but they both feel pretty good in hand. This is easier to grab. I'm using my left hand. This is easier to grab with my left hand, and this is a little bit harder to grab with my left hand for some reason, because it's a 90-degree angle. This is more of a beveled edge. And this is chamfering. This is the chamfering, and this is just some very non-chamfering. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna have to give it to the iPad 10.5 for being a little bit more elegant. This definitely looks a little bit more elegant. The way the camera protrudes on the 10.5 is slightly, see if I can get that, but there they are, head to head, and I'm thinking they're probably the same, guys. Very, very, there's just, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to, like I said, use the full potential of the screen yet, whereas this guy right now is ready to go, fully optimized. PUBG roars on this little guy. So okay, and there's more games. So none of the games, even I thought for sure Asphalt would be, a game that held hands with Apple, but sure enough, you can see that they've got a lot of of gappage there in the screen. So it's like, what's the point of the screen, I mean, it's just not. I think I can do a speed test with Asphalt, guys. No, it's still loading on the iPad. Maybe, I know why. That's a bummer. That one, delete that, delete that. So, unfortunately, the iPad Pro 2 looks like garbage right now in PUBG. So, this is picture perfect in my opinion. I mean, this looks absolutely wonderful. It's definitely optimized for the 10.5. And, yeah. I don't know when it's going to be out, but this looks so good on the 10.5. I'm almost regretting done this, but I'm playing one-handed, so this is going to be bad. But this is Paladins, and it's a little laggy, but the graphics are coming through, and it looks ridiculously good. It looks really good, really crisp. So I can't wait till the developers get on it and actually do this. But the graphics, you can tell the reds are a lot nicer. Yeah, it looks way better in my opinion. I'm going to try again.
But yeah, I'm costing everyone the game because I'm not really playing right. But like I said, that just like the movement, the details are a lot better right off the bat. And keep in mind that this iPad is going to be downloading Avalanche, but we'll see what happens here. Oh yeah. The iPad Pro 2 is just really going at it. And uh-oh. I think the iPad Pro 2 got stuck. So the iPad Pro 2 got stuck. Yeah. I'm gonna have to return this iPad too. It doesn't do anything that good. Glitched out. Yeah.